welcome to Uninfluenced. We got a somewhat shitty show for y'all today.
Don't say that.
I haven't made any show notes.
Don't tell people that.
I made a ton of show notes.
There you go.
I got so many show notes, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
That's right. My God.
One guy did bring up why the fuck I don't send you the show notes so you can read them, so I'm not looking at my phone.
I've thought about that. I don't think people are going to enjoy me reading show notes. I really don't.
I think they would.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, because most of the responses from Matt and I are both going to start with something about your sister.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Which they're always going to enjoy.
But see, what I would be angry about is if you edit out the sister question.
You won't.
No.
He hasn't yet.
No.
No.
Let's stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people want to know if they can send wedding gifts to your
Dude, that's some fucked up. It's starting to get fucking real up in
That's
here.
what I mean. It's going to be bad when somebody finally gets a hold of her. When she hits me up one day like, hey, what's this Uninfluenced show you do? Then it's over.
If you'd have
But
just
for
shared
like a
it.
year, you've been talking about me that I don't know about.
Yeah.
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 You'd have just shared it the day I caught you talking to her.
Yeah, I did. That's true. God, that was a mistake. Why would I call my sister on the way to Uninfluenced? That's how I know you guys are getting to me. It's bad. It's really bad. Like, not even thinking about it. Just like, hey, I haven't checked in a while. What's going on?
Guys, I do want to bring up something. Last week I fucked up, and Zach had his camera set up. And I didn't think about it because I'm just so used to us. But, guys, Zach has a camera now, so y'all can see him.
Is it time? Are we doing it?
Yeah.
Boom. There it is.
That's
the
the
guy.
shit we have to look at.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I think a solid, how about that?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you would, please hit up Patreon so we can fix Zach. No,
Please do. Yeah, so you can get rid of this guy right here. Man,
not get rid of you.
y'all are too sweet to me. You know that?
Just like some injections and
Get a
Fix
little
your
off the
hair.
top. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
get your Marty McFly away. Zach does have a good Marty McFly
I'm trying,
situation
man.
going.
This is all I want to be in the whole world. My childhood hero. That's what Marty
You know what
McFly.
we should do? Get that motherfucker the shoes, the Nikes.
I got 'em.
So the real ones.
Oh, you mean like the 2015 Nike swoops with
Yeah.
the automatic
Them bitches are
lace for traction?
expensive.
Yeah, oh, they're no joke.
Yeah, you can get them.
They got a pair in Vegas at the Mirage under glass. They just sitting like in the middle of a lobby. Like, okay, there they are. It's crazy.
Just go take them.
There you go.
I mean,
Yeah,
That's like the cars, though. If I'm gonna spend that on some shoes, I'm gonna wear them bitches.
that's right.
My luck, they'd be super uncomfortable. There ain't no padding.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they're not.
My wife got pissed the other day. I got a pair of shoes muddy walking the house, and I just threw them bitches in the trash.
Really? All
Yeah, it was fucking. They were bad.
right.
It was bad. I just bought them.
You got okay. I was gonna say,
But I buy cheap ass shoes. I think my Vans are like fucking $55 or some shit.
you got an old pair of like beater sneakers for
I
stuff.
did, but during the snowstorm, I ruined my Irish Setter boots, my Adidas Boost.
Damn.
Oh yeah, because every day, you know, they'd be so soaked, and my Irish Setters wore out on the side, so the insulation and waterproofing was gone, and it just started soaking in.
God damn.
So they're ruined. Now I need a new pair of those. Now I ruined 4 pair of shoes doing that.
You're going out a lot.
Yeah, but people were like, "How can you charge so much, bitch? $100 shoes every time I'm coming out, motherfuckers." No, but it's just I'm real weird about shoes.
Yeah.
Like you have fancy shoes, I don't. I gotta give
I
you
have
some
tennis
fancy
shoes.
Neither of you are like sneakerheads or anything.
Mike
You
is
know.
a closet sneakerhead.
You are not.
I mean, I like Jordan.
Okay. All right. Well, so you got a preference. That's all right.
I had a pair.
But that's it. Like, and not even Jordan's, I guess, generally speaking, I like the 4s.
Yeah. Okay.
And really only those. I don't like any of the other ones really. But
No, they're hard to find.
well, other than the ones I'm wearing, which are new, and they're new ones, and they're not expensive. Like they're, I don't even remember what the fuck they're called.
Can
but
you
they're
throw them on the coffee table and we get a look?
they're
All right.
Get your shoes off the furniture.
there's the yeah, it says Jordan on the fucking tongue. It's got the
Yeah.
fucking Skywalker on the side. But
Good pair.
I was looking at them yesterday. I'm real weird. I only like, kind of like you, I like black shoes.
yeah,
With sometimes with a little whites and grays, and I found those, and I was like, I can't buy these. We have too much shit that's fucking close to the same that I can't buy these motherfuckers.
yeah.
I went to Nike, and you can design your own shoe. So I
Okay.
designed my own Nike that looked like it.
Yeah.
And I got to the end, I'm like, I ain't paying that.
Right.
How much was it?
No
It
way.
was $200. I'm real weird on shit I'll spend money on and shit I won't.
Yeah,
You would think my feet and comfort would be
yeah.
like fucking
But-
up here.
Yeah, I mean that's actually why I wear these. Is not because I am a fucking Jordan sneakerhead. It's actually these are one of the most comfortable pairs of shoes I've ever fucking worn. I mean I've had probably 5 or 6 pairs of these over the last few years, and 2 years maybe. And yeah, they're really fucking comfortable shoes. I don't know.
See, I'm gonna have to try them.
I don't know what it is, but
That's right.
I like a comfortable. SEMA wore me out. When you go to SEMA, you buy new shoes to wear that week.
Yeah.
And then you just know you're throwing them the fuck away. Yeah. I've had Adidas, the Boost, the nice, comfortable ones, trash. Yeah. I've had the Ons, trash.
Yeah.
The Hookahs, whatever, trash.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you make it through that week, but you're walking, what's the convention center, 1 million square feet or some shit?
Fucking huge.
Stupid.
Yeah.
And that's all 3 buildings plus all the parking. Yeah. So you're walking that throughout the week, and it's you'll fuck some shoes up.
Yeah.
You get home and look at your app, and you're like, fuck, I walked that much today?
Fitbit that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I have a hard time finding shoes and boots that are worth a fuck because I have no arch. Like, my feet are completely fucking flat.
Yeah, see, I got a small arch. And if I find them in the arch too much, I feel like I walk fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm already pigeon-toed as fuck. What are you doing, Zach?
I'm fixing Mike's camera.
What's wrong with it?
Nobody can hear me. So when we started, you were leaning a little back, and I was like, I'm going to make sure you're right in front, and you weren't going to stop it.
Just gonna,
Catch me now, bitch.
Trying to get up and
I
fix
mean,
the
the
camera
fucking
during
the
show.
chair's on wheels. What do you want me to do?
No, you're good.
Catch me now, bitch.
I want to catch your good side, that's all.
I don't have a good side, Zach.
How
That's the
dare
problem.
you? Yeah.
Well, did y'all see that shit, that 14, 15-year-old with the bear?
Yeah, I would love to fucking address that for 2 reasons, actually. Is that praise fucking Jesus that there's still parents raising kids that are fucking bold, because that's a ballsy fucking chick. And number 2 is that it highlights fucking like one of the things we call in the SEAL teams is violence of action, or just aggressiveness. Is that sometimes like you've got to just full tilt fucking commit.
Yeah.
And go after something, and she, without thinking, did that, and that bear was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
That's some impressive shit.
The look on, I mean, you can't really tell, but the bear like looked at this
Like,
motherfucker.
what the fuck? Yeah. Like,
So for the folks on the audio podcast, can you at least describe? I'll put the video on. They can show it to
Fuck
people,
them.
but
No.
Can you at least describe what happens in this video? It's a girl saving her dog, right? And it's a bear.
I'll describe. Go to our YouTube channel and watch the fucking video. I mean, honestly, like, you can describe it, but that's one of those things. It's like describing a grand slam in the World Series.
You
Like,
gotta see
you fucking
it.
watch it.
Yeah, it's true.
Like my wife sent it to me, and I was gonna send it to you guys. I'm like, surely Mike saw this. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's a woman. It's a girl in her backyard. A dog.
But she's in like a fucking summer dress, and not even like a Wizard of Oz old school like 1920s dress.
She
Like,
looks like Dorothy.
So I watched it 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, oh man, that bitch is courageous as fuck. And then I'm watching the interview of how she was after, because of course someone's going to interview her. And I didn't realize, so I went back and watched, because her mom's holding a service dog.
Yeah.
The bear picked up that fucking dog.
No way.
If you watch the video back, you'll see the little service dog. It's a little dog, like a fucking Shih Tzu or
fuck, I thought that was like a bear cub or something.
no, dude.
Shit.
The mom, I'm guessing it's a female bear, picks it up with one of her paws, and as she pushes, you see the dog fall down.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because if watching them, they weren't going in the yard to go after the dog. But the dogs, wanting to protect their shit, and probably never seen bears walking on their fucking fence.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, I went back after that interview, and I'm like, this changes everything.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So when you go watch it now, if you haven't seen it, just watch it 1 or 2 times, and you'll see the dog fall out of the bear's hand,
Good Lord.
or paw, claw, whatever the fuck it is.
Mitt.
Mitt. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great video though.
Yeah.
Comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. And I mean, I didn't even notice, it happened so quick. And they were asking her what happened. And she said, well, I just skinned my knee. I was like, what the fuck? And then you watch, and she falls to her knees so that shit could have went real south.
Oh, yeah.
If she lost her balance and the bear didn't.
I mean, even if the bear had responded like
With a swipe.
like I would have imagined it very well could have, and actually I'm kind of surprised that it didn't. It's just, I think the only thing that kept the bear from doing is the fact that it lost its balance, like just being pushed off a little bit.
Picking that with the claw that would have got her
Yeah.
is what she had the service dog with.
Yeah.
So that service dog essentially saved her life and almost got killed at the same time, but the dog was perfectly fine.
Yeah. It was good advantage. You're right. That bear was like poised on this concrete fence thing, and she just runs over, pushes it right over the side. Like,
Yeah.
all right, done. Yeah, great.
And I thought when the bear was going to get back up, it was going to, he
Like,
looked
all right, bitch.
back like, fuck this. Or she looked back. And the Cubs didn't want no part of it. They were out.
Yeah. My God.
So now between watching that so many times, I get bears and snakes thanks to your ass.
That's right.
My shit looks like Animal Planet.
I'm
when
not
fucking looking
I'm
at
not the one that
YouTube.
brought a snake to a studio. All right, it's not my fault.
Dude, Brandon fucking sent me a picture of a fucking snake he found
Really?
and chopped up. Yeah. Like, fuck that. Bro, you got to burn your house down.
Yeah. This place has been okay so far. We're not too bad on the wildlife.
Well, yeah, we
Well,
got
snake and a turtle.
snakes
Snake
and
a
turtles.
turtle. Yeah.
The reptiles are like a motherfucker out here. We get a lizard.
That's right.
As long as there's no big spiders. I'm all right with the reptiles.
Oh,
Spiders are
we're
good.
spider. I'm burning this whole motherfucker down.
It's all going down.
You're going to see me running out with 2 cameras and a fucking computer talking about, fuck this.
Yeah, one thing I definitely want to hit is the that new Rimac versus the SF90 on, was it CarWow?
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I find interesting, I guess, car-wise, is that horsepower ratings seem to be less dramatic the higher they go.
Yeah.
Like a 400 horsepower car compared to a 200 horsepower car is about fucking double.
Yeah.
Like 0 to 60 times even. I mean, they are. Like a 400 horsepower car will do it in
Changes everything.
high threes, low fours. A 200, it'll take 8 or 9 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
But 1,000 to 2,000, it's not that big of a difference. I mean, it's noticeable.
It's still big, but not what
It's
you
not
would
twice.
think.
I mean, it's twice the amount of horsepower. It's absolutely not twice as fast, and not even close. But still, that Remac's rated at almost 2,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
The speed that thing has is just fucking absurd. I mean, it makes that SF90 look like it's a 1960s Ferrari.
Yeah.
And I mean, if that'll do a 9.6. But it also, I think, highlights how big of a difference a second is in a quarter mile when you actually see a car that's going a second faster than the other car. Like, it's a massive goddamn difference.
Yeah, because that's what they did, a 8.62
Yeah.
in the Rimac, and the 9.6 is the known top quarter and without a prep track.
Yeah.
That's nuts. They did this on unprepped surface.
Yeah.
The coolest part to me was not the just initial launch. That was neat. We know electric initial launches are fucking nuts. On all of them, they're fucking nuts, except for a Prius. But the way it took off, and then the end when he lets the SF90, he slows down, lets the SF90 pass him, and then he just takes off again.
Yeah.
Well, that's full throttle, and it's like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I mean, most electric cars, even the fastest Teslas I've been in, at speed, they're far less impressive. Like they don't have much. If you're at 80 and gun it, it's nothing special.
Yeah.
This fucking thing, Jesus Christ, I am curious, like, what the Plaid will do, or if they do ever come out with the fucking Roadster or Sportster or whatever the fuck it is that he's been working on for 3 years, 5 years now. But
You got to credit the SF90 though for this. The Rimac is $2 million.
Yeah.
Starting $2 million.
well, that's 2,000 euro or 2 million euros, so that's
So
almost
that's-
$2.5 million.
Yeah, 2.5. So the SF90 is, we'll say, highest spec that I've seen where a price was involved was 740.
Yeah, I mean the one.
We'll say 800.
Yeah, I mean the one that I spec'd out, having every fucking thing I would want on it was like 780.
Yeah. So say 850 against 3 times the car.
Yeah.
Price wise, and it's a second different.
Yeah.
Now you take 20 grand, you put an exhaust and a tune on the SF90. The SF90 is at 1,500 horsepower. I'd like to see that race.
Yeah, that's at least more evenly matched. I mean, the one thing I don't get on CarWow, or maybe they're just that fucking bored. They've done so many drag races that's why they do it. Maybe, but like routinely, you'll see like a stock fucking Turbo S, 1,000 wheel horsepower M5. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Like,
I think they're trying to show, and not knowing, like you said, they could just be bored and whatever the fuck someone wild will give them, they just run it. But something somewhat, and keep in mind, I'm saying somewhat affordable. If you're in that realm of cars, what you can get for $850 compared to $2.5 million
Yeah.
it's a lot for the price of the SF9. The SF90 is very fucking impressive.
Yeah, I think bang for your buck, a 765 LT and an SF90 are far and away the most value added cars, for what you get in the performance.
The beauty of the 765 LT is right now, I think 12 of them have caught on fire. So chances are
that is the beauty of them.
A new car.
Have there really 12 of them? Mm-hmm. Well, fuck, never mind then.
Well, I mean, think about it. I got 6 weeks out of my car. Boom, your shit catches on fire. Okay, well, fuck, now I'll go get that SF90.
That's right. Roll that over.
Well, I know there's been a number of P1s that have too. I mean, McLaren, I think, has been a little notorious for having issues with their cars starting on
the
fire.
electrical system. And then
I'm not a McLaren guy really to begin with, but
the Lamborghini Aventadors have been, way to go, Zach.
I'm over here. I didn't do anything. What's going on?
The Aventadors have even been catching on fire a lot lately.
Oh shit.
Due to oil leaks and shit like that. So, I mean, granted, most people don't fucking drive them, so they'll never see them. But the guys out there putting them to the work and actually driving them that have issues, I give you props for fucking driving your cars.
Yeah.
And shit happens. I mean, that's with any of them. Fuck, you never know anything. Shit, I could leave here on the bike and it could catch on fire.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not on that fucking bike.
I don't
The
think
thing's
so.
Goddamn bomb-proof, man.
like, I almost want to pay that off and see what we could do to just see what it takes to fucking kill it.
Which one did you ride here?
The BMW.
Oh, okay.
Dude, that thing, I let it sit for a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
Didn't start it. We were going on a ride. And it don't sit on a trickle charger.
No.
We were going for a ride. Indian, dead. Like, fuck. Mike was like, does the BMW start? And I was like, damn near had to blow dust off this motherfucker. Turn the key and boom.
It was reminiscent of Back to the Future 3 when
Oh, yeah.
he pulls the fucking canvas off the DeLorean that's been sitting there for 60 years. I mean, that's what it was like.
Perfect.
It was, but that thing
Fired
starts
right
every
the fuck
time.
up.
Yeah.
Really?
No sputter. I mean, it was like it was brand new. And
Man.
The only issue I've had is when I let Mike take it, I forgot I let the air out of the tires to get better grip.
they're almost, I mean, I felt like I was rolling on fucking donuts. It was just like, Jesus Christ.
I
This thing's
fixed that.
spongy as fuck.
It's a good gag. Loan a guy a bike and take the air out of the tires first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't want you speeding. You would think.
Well, and it was loaned because the battery on mine got left on. And
I killed the other bike.
Wow. Damn.
Like, here, take mine. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with these fucking tires? That's fucking
My thought process is, oh, if he fucks it up, I'll just get this one.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so good times.
It's true.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that Rimac's impressive. It does show that our electric is gonna be fucking wild. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss engine noise.
No, for sure. I mean, imagine 10 years from now. Like, I have no doubt that, if not sooner, you'll be able to, spend a normal car price, well south of six figures on a car that right now is probably faster than any gasoline engine on the planet right now, barring, track only fucking drag cars, normal production cars. For probably $60,000, you'll be able to have an electric car that will beat anything that's on the road right now. I would bet 10 years from now.
Easily. I hope I'm not here for that.
Not gonna make it, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully
I mean,
I'll do
it
something
is
stupid.
a sad day. I mean, for us it is. I think, for kids growing up now, especially if they don't have like gearhead dads that are throwing them in fucking 67 Mustangs or whatever, aren't going to give a fuck because they don't have anything to miss. Like we're going to miss it because that's what we grew up with. But I mean, it's kind of the same thing with technology. Like, our the generation X, right? Is that what we
Yeah.
are?
Yeah, we're Gen X.
That generation kind of, I'm a little biased because that's all I have to compare it to, but it seems like we kind of got the best fucking deal, honestly. Like we grew up when it was still kind of the old days before technology kind of completely changed how we live.
Oh yeah.
But we're young enough to see the shift and enjoy the benefits of technology, but not let them completely distort and ruin our perception of reality either. Whereas kids nowadays, they do. Like they're like growing up in America now is absolutely not the fucking same as it was when we grew up, and we were talking about it in music. I think it's that same same kind of thing. Is that growing up before technology really exploded was all fairly similar. I mean, you saw a shift each generation, but it was enough to notice, and it was slight. And now it's just like we live on a different fucking planet now. Like just totally different.
We've seen, and I'd have to go back and look at when it was all invented, but I know both of us, I've seen, my parents had record players, 8-track players, I had cassette, CD, and now we're to where motherfucker sees a CD and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is that?
thing?
Yeah. And it's like, bitch, you break out some vinyl.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers don't know that sound. That's some real shit.
Yeah.
I mean, same with like VCR tapes and music cassette
What was
tapes.
the one before VCR? My dad had that. What was it?
Beta?
My dad had a Beta. Yeah. That fucker was right in between the side, but you slide it in, fucking.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was smaller than VHS tape.
And then the VHS came out bigger.
Yeah.
Well, and,
we
8
seen?
8mm was in there too, but
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
That was a hair before my
I
time.
do remember, though, when fucking going to school and we have to watch reels. You remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, it's like,
I had to watch film.
yeah.
That's right.
But you didn't have to do that, did you?
No, I did a couple years of football in school, and we had VHS tape.
What the fuck
cam
did you do
recorders.
in football?
Nothing. I was a right guard, and I sucked at it, man. I got my ass kicked. Right guard like deodorant. I was fucking terrible.
Hell yeah. I like that right guard like deodorant.
I did it for 2 years. I was like, I fucking am so bad at this. Like, even on B string, I suck, man. I didn't have the fire. Couldn't do it.
well, I mean that's Texas though, right? Like,
Dude.
if you're a boy, you play football.
Jesus.
Pretty much everybody.
And those Texas kids turned out.
Shit, I shaved my daughter's head, put her in football.
I'm
just fucking. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that, because I remember going to school and we didn't have shit and we'd watch reels. And then going into high school and into junior high, we had TVs and shit with VCRs in the rooms.
Did you ever have the laser disc? Did you go through that phase?
Yeah.
I mean, that was very short lived, but it's like mega CDs.
Yeah.
So I got a funny story. I got a buddy who's got a Laserdisc player and he's got Jurassic Park on Laserdisc. It's
Oh,
six,
shit.
6 Laserdiscs because those things couldn't.
Oh,
hold
yeah,
that much
'cause you
data.
gotta-
fucking belts busted in the player, and I was like, dude, I have got to come over and watch fucking Jurassic Park on Laserdisc. He's like, it's the same as VHS. I'm like, it's not though. It's special, man. Like it's a time in history.
Yeah.
And his fucking player's busted, so he's got to get it fixed. But someday,
Fuck, you
by
can
God.
get it fixed?
I don't know. He said it's brutal to get it fixed. Laserdiscs actually are pretty cheap. Like buying the movies, but buying the players are fucking brutal. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
There's a lot of cool technology that people, and what was real cool is they were so complex. My ass I tinker with shit. That's
Yeah.
what I like about cars.
Yeah.
The thing I hate about our cars, it's hard to tinker with when we get them. But the Chevys and all that I tinker with them. Growing up, I'd take my dad's shit apart. I'd have his lawnmower apart. That's probably why he beat my ass.
That's why.
Yeah. I mean, I'd want to know how scissors worked, so I'd pull the screw out and fucking study it, and it's what makes it, people always ask, how do you do it? Don't be scared to take shit apart.
Right.
What happens if you break it? Probably fix it. Yeah. I mean, chances are someone built that at one point.
Right.
So if you break it, someone makes a replacement.
That's right.
Or it can be fixed.
Yeah.
But that's everyone's misconception. And what if you break it?
Buy it. You break it, you buy
Yeah.
it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I always loved taking shit apart and how complex shit used to be. You imagine taking apart an old cassette player like we used to carry on our side, like a Walkman,
Fucking Walkman.
and get an original iPod.
Okay.
Think of the working parts in the Walkman versus that.
Yeah.
It would be night and day.
Oh, it's ridiculous. One's made by robots, and the other one was probably put together by kids in China. But I mean, one of them I could deal with, right? Like
Yeah.
the other one, what the fuck? I can deal
Yeah.
with my iPod.
There was a medium for a very short period of time in the late 90s. I don't even remember what the fuck they were. It was just before MP3s. Mini discs. Do you remember those?
Kinda.
It was like a,
It's like a small DVD. Yeah.
yeah, but like tiny little, I mean, about the size of a silver dollar, but enclosed in a plastic case. It was almost like a CD in a case, but a quarter the size.
So
It's what the original
say
PlayStation
PSP.
portables were made out of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had one. I remember I was in my first platoon, and I had one. I got that, and I had like Korn and fucking Pantera and Metallica and stuff on these mini discs. I don't know if I still have it. I may in a fucking attic somewhere,
Box somewhere.
but they sucked though because they would skip like CDs if you're running.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
You'd think being in a little plastic case.
No, I mean, they were for sure better than. I mean, I had a Discman. Same thing. Like I'd try to go jogging with the fucking, it's,
that big
yeah, it's like a fucking laptop strapped to your fucking arm, and it just, I mean, it didn't. You couldn't fucking run with it. It just would skip and skip.
Should
and
just
skip.
keep going backwards.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like kids have no concept of that. Like the fact that you can have like Spotify or Amazon Music and literally pull up any fucking song, or even if there's a song that you hear that you like and you can have an app listen to it and tell you what it is and download it and listen to it. It's just like, fuck, I remember growing up and like having to listen to the radio and record songs that I was like, holy shit, it's on. Like, like the first part of it would be a crackle and the end of an advertisement or the jockey introducing the song or whatever. And like that's how you fucking recorded music.
Oh, yeah. I used to have, it was fucked up because I'm picturing Mike with his fucking Discman on the side, dead arm in it.
Running with the fucking pole.
Skipping.
Yeah.
Well, you had to get shit on tape sometimes. If you really wanted to listen consistently,
that's
tape
what,
played.
That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
We'd literally sit there and you'd listen and listen and listen. And, oh shit, here it comes. Boom. That's
right.
And you hit them both. Or if you fucked up and didn't hit them at the same time. Yeah. And then you got fucking start the process over again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like that's why that shit meant something. Like if you make your chick a love track setup now, bitch, that don't take no time.
That takes 18 seconds.
Yeah,
For that matter, you can have Spotify generate one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get me laid playlist.
I don't know if you guys have seen that, but a hot gift I've heard for the younger folks is you get like you make a playlist on Spotify and it'll make a little image. You can like a QR code you can scan with your phone and you get the image and you frame it and you give it to them. And you're like, here you go. I made your playlist. I'm like, giving them a tape was so much cooler.
You lazy motherfuckers.
It's fucking rad, man. Like you had to record that shit, put it all together.
Dude, that shit took time.
Yeah.
That shit took some fucking time.
All right, now you're gonna Spotify make the damn playlist for you.
Now you can fucking, or you listen to Sirius XM and you could damn near time when okay, this shit played now in an hour.
Right.
This shit will be back on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's that way with everything. Think about getting somebody flowers 30 years ago.
Oh, it's a bitch.
Versus now. Like now you can do it from your phone while you're driving, eating a cheeseburger and smoking a joint.
Sure.
Like fucking couple of clicks and, there's a fucking edible arrangement or flowers or fucking, whatever shows up at their house with a fucking card. And I mean, it's just.
You could leave our studio right now within minutes, have a bouquet of flowers for your wife.
Yeah.
I know the place you go. Go to the grocery store, for God's sake.
That's why when my wife asked me, and I do still get her shit like that, or I try to think of more thoughtful shit than just flowers.
Good for you.
Shit I have to think about doing.
Like an anagrammed horsehair butt plug. As an example.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, like that deal for our wedding that she turns on every time someone comes up that lights up. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's glass. And it's our picture etched in glass.
Yeah, it's nice.
That shit took time to find. Then I got her another one with, it was etched glass versus, I'm going to go over here.
I thought you were going to say you engraved it. Like, that shit took time for me to fucking...
Yeah.
Does she really fire that up every time somebody comes over? Dude, that's a killer gift.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Like every time somebody comes over.
Every time
stops
she
and
knows
does
someone's
that.
coming over.
That's fucking huge. You nailed it with that.
Yeah. That's the only good thing I've done in our marriage.
That and moving the studio out of the house, right? I mean, that's a big plus.
I miss how easy going to the studio was for me.
That was pretty cool, man. You rolled out of bed and you were there.
But it's 5 minutes now. Literally 5 minutes on that bike. And that's going speed limit because there was a lot of cops.
Oh, yeah.
This place is actually easier for me to get to than the old one.
I believe it.
Just because there isn't the fucking roundabouts and all the curves and shit.
Yeah. It's probably about the same distance.
Same time, but
yeah. If people ask, how far do you live from Mike in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
fuck if that.
Yeah.
Well, fuck as the crow flies, it's honestly probably like maybe a mile.
Yeah.
If that, but you can't.
My wife asked why we don't use our fucking headsets and talk back and forth.
Oh, on the bike?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure, right?
I mean, I would.
You imagine just sitting on the couch with our helmets on?
You're like kids in the 80s, walkie-talkies, talking to each other and shit, yeah.
Yeah, I told her, shut up. Yeah. She has some good ideas, and we listen to them. The rest, no.
Well, you listen to all of them, but
No.
You do
Look,
the ones that are good.
I'm married. You have a roommate. There's a total difference.
Hey, now, come on.
Yeah, you said it.
I did say that.
I didn't say it.
I did say
The
that.
funny thing is, you said it to my wife, who fucking brought it up to me, and I'm like, no.
I still have not learned my lesson from that, by the way. Like watching people talk about it on the episode last week, I still haven't figured out what I've done wrong in the roommate thing.
You still don't get that?
No.
Explain to me. I mean, all right. So Well, first things first. Are there any other shows that you produce or work with people where you are interactive the way you are on this one?
Not as candid as this one, no.
Okay. Has your wife listened to a single episode of this?
No. She's heard bits. I played her clips.
What an asshole.
All right, so that's step one, I think, is that like it sounds like you guys treat each other more like roommates than fucking husband and wife.
Gotcha. Okay. That's the impression I'm giving when I say that. Okay.
Yeah.
I see why that's a problem then. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like Matt probably doesn't give a fuck either. Like
definitely
you can call her whatever the fuck you want. Like that's your business.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that like, yeah, from a term of endearment standpoint, it's like calling her bro instead of sweetie.
I guess that's kind of true.
Yeah.
It's not kind of true,
It's
Zach. It's
100%.
100% fucking accurate.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, yeah, it's just that term has very little sentimental value.
Yeah.
It has no sentimental value. It's my roommate. Like, who gives a fuck who the roommate is? Nobody.
Yeah.
Really. You know, you may have a roommate that you fucking hate. You may have a roommate that you're only allowing to live in your house because they're splitting fucking costs.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas your wife, like, you would hope that you think of her of a higher stature than just a roommate.
Right. Okay. I see. I say it as like a friendly joke, and my wife gets it, and we laugh, and it's funny.
that's
because
good.
we're
Like,
candid. But when I say it to people in the world who don't get that, they're like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" Okay, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, like I call my wife trick and hoe and all that to Mike. But when she's there, I don't say it out loud.
I've never heard you say that about her. Never once.
I say some pretty fucked up shit to my
I've
wife.
heard you call her about every fucking thing that is possible calling.
She laughs. She knows I'm fucked up though.
Right. See, she gets it. Yeah.
Well, she knows the difference between me being mad and calling her a bitch and me, oh bitch.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like if I'm in there having sex, I'm not. You like that bitch?
Yeah, I mean, to me,
should
that's
try that.
especially when you should use
that's
that.
not- the time
Like
to
a
say it.
rodeo fuck.
Yeah.
Like your sister's better and try to fucking hold on for 8 seconds.
There's a military version of that that's even worse. Is that in the same thing, right? Same situation, but you have your buddy pop out of the fucking closet and try to hang on.
Hey, this is kind of the same.
Yeah.
I really missed my call. I should have been in the military.
You know.
I would have been a fuck stick in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm bad now. So think about, we've heard, and if y'all haven't heard, I'll get a whole deal of Mike growing up. But Mike growing up is different than Mike now. So the Navy helped mold you into what you are now.
Oh, yeah.
So you imagine me how I am right now going into the military and then how I come out?
Well, here's what I think about that is that it all kind of levels out. Is that there were guys that were like that came in that mold guys like me that aren't that way when we show up, you know, and so I think, you know, when you have guys that are around guys that are the exact opposite, you know, they kind of balance each other out. I don't think you'd necessarily be any worse, you know, but you would have that influence on some of the guys that were like me showing up like, you know, deer in the headlights.
That don't balance us out.
No.
Not at all.
I think once you get to a certain age, there's not a lot of balancing
We're
out.
pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
You'd have more clout, I think, if you were in the military, right? To say the things you think, which would I think would be more dangerous for the world, honestly. But you know, I think you'd be good at it.
Yeah, but my thing is I just don't care.
Yeah. Did you ever really think about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I talked about it, and my dad reaffirmed me that he would drown me in a fucking bathtub.
It was just not happening.
Yeah, he blocked my brother somehow from getting in. I don't get
Call
that.
the guy from.
I really need to get on that
Yeah.
shit we talked about. After the studio setup, I'm trying to get his records.
Yeah.
It's been a pain in the dick. But once we get all this shit, because every time I remember, something else pops up.
Studio's coming along.
Yeah.
We got a camera. We got a coffee table.
We finally got people to quit bitching about the sound.
Hey, man. Yeah, the sound's sounding good. Something's happening over here.
The mounting for the flag is about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to change. That's going to be there for
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should just leave that.
Jesus.
Over the next couple of weeks, it's going to get.
Yeah, I'd say probably the next. Well, we may have to take next week off actually.
For construction, yeah.
Yeah,
To me, it would probably make sense. Here we are, just like we're not on air right now, right?
Fuck 'em. No, I'm just, y'all want to be part of this?
Yeah, it's all good.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah. I mean, we're doing a bunch of shit to the studio, so next week we may not have an episode. To me, it probably makes sense to, once that starts, to just finish it before we do another one. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it won't be that bad once that starts. A couple days later,
yeah,
the rest of the stuff we did comes. And
Yeah,
then
that's true. Yeah, you kind of rolled this all into a week here. All right,
yeah,
that makes sense.
it worked out.
Yeah, definitely.
So it ain't my planning. It's horrible planning that worked out.
yeah.
So I did finally get a budget from people in the comments about what they want to know, and I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But it's going to give me a basis. I think it was $60,000 cap and muscle cars, which is going to be pretty easy, honestly. I mean, if I had 60 grand, I already know what I would go buy. So,
That's a good budget cap for a real fast car.
I mean, that's
60K. Okay.
when I was
When it has to
18
be.
or 20, if I heard 60 grand to spend on a car, I was like, fuck, really? That much?
What do you
I
want?
mean, until I was in my early 30s, that'd have been like 60 grand for a fucking car. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't spend that on a car until after I was 35.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the most expensive car I had was about 40,000 until I was, until I was fucking 35, 36 probably.
Yeah.
I'm about in that bracket too. Yeah.
I started spending more. I started buying more expensive cars when I got with my wife now.
Yeah.
I say that. I bought 2 trucks built just for SEMA
Right.
that were over that.
Yeah.
As far as buying them, because I was an asshole. I'm like, if y'all are gonna cut shit up, I'm gonna cut up something really fucking nice. Fuck y'all. Because if I have to live with it, if I'm stuck with this negative equity, I want this bitch to be nice.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, no, my daily stuff was cheaper. You know, I think my Trackhawk was my most expensive because even then, you could get a Hellcat used for 55, 60.
Yeah.
I mean, those depreciate so fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't ever buy one new. I bought my Trackhawk new. That was a horrible investment.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into that. And I think you were going to ask, does it have to be muscle cars? I think it should be anything performance related.
Yeah.
Like the WRX we talked about, which,
Yeah.
what is that thing? How much are those?
Dude, brand new, those are like 36, 38.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're cheap. By comparison.
My brother brought up a car I always overlook and forget, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution.
Yeah.
That was a bad bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, very comparable to the STI. Travis Pastrana has an STI that's around 800 wheel horsepower. That's just a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
He has some cool shit.
he has a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that WRX is very good that way. I think M2s and M4s, you know, if you buy one that's a year or two old, you know, with a couple thousand miles on it. But yeah, you know, to me, the 60,000 cap, I would, whether it's an M2, an M4, Mercedes AMG, the C63S, you know, or muscle cars, I'd either I'd get a Charger over a Challenger, just me. They're more usable, and I think they look better. I don't really like the Challengers that much, but or a Mustang. The GT500, you're not going to get.
You can get an older
used.
Shelby.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I'd rather get a new 5-liter GT and put 10 grand into that.
Yeah.
You're going to get way more out of that than trying to get it out of a GT500.
100%. I'm going to look this up while we're on the air live.
Yeah, I think
Not live. This is fucking recorded.
live recorded.
Live recorded.
But yeah, I think, you know, the key at that price range is finding something that's just, you know, the initial depreciation has been taken by somebody else. You know, I wouldn't want to get a car that's got, you know, 60,000 miles on it or anything when you're trying to, you know, hammer the shit out of it. But, you know, an M2, an M4, a C63S, a Charger, or a Mustang GT, even a GT350, you know, at that price point, or an STI, you know, any of those cars, and then put, you know, the remainder 10 to 15,000 into modifying it, and you're going to get, you know, a car that's probably up into the 850 wheel horsepower that is an absolute fucking monster, you know. that honestly would, in a roll race would beat a fucking Pista or a Lambo Huracan or whatever. So it doesn't take a ton of money to have that kind of speed. What I will say is that in every one of those instances, though, the reliability of that car is probably going to go down significantly. Once you do that to it. I mean, because those cars, when they're 400 or 500 horsepower and you double it to the wheels, that's going to be hard on it. They're not meant to take that, even though yes, some of them can and do. When you put that kind of fucking extra oomph into it, it's going to cause problems. And from our experience, once you modify it at all, it invites problems. The more you modify it, the more it exponentially goes up that you're going to have problems. I mean, which seems like it'd be kind of common sense and stand to reason. But I mean, the more you do to it, the harder it is on everything, and the more likely shit's going to break, and then you're going to have to fix it. And we've both been in that position. We both know a lot of guys that it's like you go to car meets, or every time you talk to them, like every other car meet, it's like, my shit's in the shop, for a couple of weeks. And to me, I just got so goddamn tired of that, because I just want to drive the fucking thing. Like I am the first to admit, like, I'm not the handiest fucking guy when it comes to that stuff, and I don't like doing it either. Like for me, with my schedule being what it is, with not just professionally but personally, everything else that's going on, like I don't want to work on shit. I just want to enjoy it, and I don't enjoy working on it because that means I'm not driving it. And I get that connection, and my hat's off to the guys that are wrench turners and gearheads that are good at that shit and know how to do it and fucking enjoy doing it. I wish I was that guy. I'm just not. I like to do what I do for a living and whatever. Work out or roll or shoot or whatever, and then I just want to jump on a bike or get in a car and fucking enjoy it, and I don't want to have to fuck with it otherwise. That's just me. But
I like to fuck shit up.
You do.
Yeah.
You do enjoy fucking shit up. So you still think if you're going to spend $60K, you're going to get more value out of buying stock cheaper and modifying that than just buying a stock at $55K or something?
Oh, 100. Yeah, I mean,
Really?
there's so much you can do. If you took, we'll use an M2 as an example.
Speaking of, I found an M2 right here for sale.
Really?
Under 60 grand.
Ooh.
There you have it. An M2 or a Mustang GT, just a regular 5-liter GT. We'll do one European, one American. In both of those cases, you could put between 10 and 15,000 into that car, and have it outperforming a Pista or, anything. Honestly, like anything stock. Like if you're putting 800 horsepower to the fucking wheels, like there's a handful of cars that do that stock, and none of them are anywhere near $60,000. I mean, you're talking $1 million cars to put 800 to the wheel. So, yeah, like bang for your buck, you could do that with either one of those cars. Get a used one that's a year or two old with a few thousand miles on it. Somebody's taken that initial hit, and then put with a good, reliable shop that has cranked out a number of cars that are exactly what you're looking for. Like I wouldn't go to, just some shop that's like, yeah, we'll take a crack at it. Like, no, if you bought an M2, send it to somewhere that like that's their fucking thing is cranking out BMWs at a really high level and have done a lot of them. They've seen everything, they've got the experience, and they're going to fucking do you right, And so the neat thing is that, cars that are inherently less expensive right out of the gate are less expensive to modify, generally speaking, also. Mm-hmm. Like for me to modify my Pista, you're talking like to do a stage 2 tune with just an exhaust, nothing crazy, not doing turbos or putting meth or anything like that. Just a tune and an exhaust is a over $20,000 fucking upgrade, and that's for about 70 or 80 more horsepower. Like it's not a lot, and that's a lot of fucking money for it.
You put 20 grand in a Mustang GT, you got a supercharger full of exhaust, wheels lowered.
Yeah, you have 1,000 horsepower fucking car.
Mm-hmm. Diminishing returns,
Yeah, so that's my take on it, short and sweet. Any of those models that I mentioned, basically the same thing. A year or two old, low mileage. It doesn't matter if it's under warranty. You're going to avoid the motherfucker when you start messing with it. But I want to take as little risk as possible. Like I don't want to say, okay, hey, this one's 6 years old with 47,000 miles on it, and I can get it for 12 grand cheaper. Like spend the extra 12 grand and get one that's newer,
less miles.
That has way less miles. Because all of those cars, any one of those models that I mentioned, like nobody's buying them to just go get groceries and shit. Like every mile that's on that car is going to be a hard fucking mile, you know. So
Yeah.
Especially if we own. I mean, I owned it, not we.
Yeah.
I may put-
I'm starting to think the self-destructing car model is perfect for Matt Holden because you could buy a car, drive it for 3 months, and
What
then
I need-
get that insurance money, and you're right on your way.
is someone to come up with a plan to where they're like, okay, we have every model of car. Here's your tiers of what you can spend a month.
Okay.
And when you're tired of it, you just bring it back and we get you in another one.
Yeah.
There's no negative equity because we're just going to put this back in and start fucking with it.
Right.
Because, I mean, fuck, they make you put them back to stock if you sell them to the dealers or anything.
Yeah.
What the hell's it matter? It's no different than having one for 3 or 4 months, fucking with it, putting all kinds of shit on it, taking it back. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this one.
It's so
Let
odd.
me get the next one.
It's so odd to me not knowing a lot about how car resale goes at a high level like where you guys are at, having to put shit back to stock. Because like you said, if you're modifying something, like you're going to be putting some work on it. Like it's going to beat it up a little bit. So putting it back to stock, isn't that kind of fooling people a little bit? I mean...
well, yeah, sort of. I mean, it depends on the dealer, honestly. I mean, it's the dealer that's representing the car either as always been stock or not.
Yeah.
But to me, what I think it is that they prefer, and I think most people prefer, a blank slate, honestly. Like, yeah, there's some people, you know, Matt and I absolutely in that category. Like, if I can find one that's modified the way I want it modified and I trust the dude I'm buying it from, like, every fucking time I would rather buy it already done so I don't have to fuck with it.
Right.
But I think most people, like, if you look at the entire swath of population that buys any of these cars,
Yeah.
you know, and you look at the percentage of the people that buy them and don't fuck with them, for sure that's way higher than the people that fuck with them.
Yeah.
You know, so to me, there is your answer is why, you know, if I'm a car dealer, right, and I know, hey, there's this, you know, Ferrari 488 that's got this shit done to it. Like, if I buy that, number one, I've got to pay him for the mods, which he's not going to get what he paid for it, but I'm going to have to give him more than what I would normally give him if it was bone stock. Number two is that, you know, of the 10 people that are coming through the dealership over the next 6 weeks that are interested in that car, 9 of them are going to want it stock. You know, so yeah, there's people out there that want them, but there's way more people that would just rather have it stock and keep it stock.
Yeah, it's just demand, I guess.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So here's a rundown of under 60 grand. I wasn't just looking at text. I went to a website to look it up.
I don't think anybody assumed that.
You can go to Modified Luxury
I was
Autos
gonna
and
say,
check these things
if
out.
there was a place you could see these.
I'd stuck at 2 years old. Well, I stuck at 2018 since 2021's kind of a fucked up year to have a car.
Weird year.
2018 Audi TTRS, 60 grand. Something we always overlooks, the TTRS, fucking badass car.
Yeah.
Has 30,000 miles on it. Me personally, it's a little much. I don't think I would spend 60 grand on that car with those miles.
yeah.
Okay.
But right here we have a Mercedes, 2020 Mercedes C43 AMG. Again, not my cup of tea. 60 grand. Someone already took that depreciation. That's about an $84,000 car new. So someone already took a $24,000 hit and put 6,000 miles on it. You're still good. You're still under warranty. You can make those quick. Corvette Stingray, 9,000 miles. 2019, 60 grand. M2 Competition with 10,000 miles on it, 60 grand. 2020.
Yeah.
This one's actually nice, so I saved it.
Got a good one in there.
All them. That bitch, it's a manual.
Call this person.
There's a ton of Corvettes in there. Something I always overlook, and I've drove one in there, fucking fun as hell. It's the Infiniti Q60, but there's the Red Sport Edition. Have you driven one of those? Those little motherfuckers will get sideways.
I've raced a bunch of them though.
They all think they're fucking.
Every fucking Infinity that's a Q anything sporty.
Yeah.
Every motherfucker wants to get it, which I love. You know.
Yeah. 60 grand for one brand new for the Red Sport, which is the top of the line in that coupe.
Is that a good brand, Infinity? Never driven one.
Infinity, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Are
they're
they
good.
solid?
Yeah.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good cars. Not my.
Not my cup of
Flavor,
tea,
but-
but
Yeah.
a Supra, the new Toyota Supra, 2020
Yeah.
or 2021, brand new, $58,000.
Okay.
That's not bad. You're basically buying a BMW M2
Yeah.
or
In a Toyota
M2
shell.
in a Toyota shell. There's almost every part of that.
Yeah.
M4s, 2 M4s, for 14,000 miles, $58,000. Here's another one. Mustang GT350. So that's 20. Oh, I got 17 on here. My bad. So I'm down to 17 apparently. But 14,000 miles, $58,000.
One of the best sounding cars out
100%.
there also.
So I mean, if your budget's 60 grand, there's tons of options. And like Mike said, me myself, if I'm looking at that Audi TT, while it's a cool car, for the mileage, I could get something else. And I'm sure I could scroll through this. I mean, here's a Hellcat, $59,000. So there's tons of options. It's what do you want to be at? So get lower miles, more car, still under warranty if you care. Make friends. My biggest suggestion to anybody, make friends with people at a dealership.
Yeah.
If you're going to buy a Ford Mustang and you're going to go fuck shit up in it, take it apart, you may want to take that head mechanic out or someone around your age for a beer, dinner, become his softball buddy, because when you blow that engine, if you're budgeting and staying in a tight budget, your buddy might be able to get you a warranty still.
Yeah. Another thing two other points I want to bring up that I didn't mention that just kind of popped in my head as you're talking is what is your ultimate goal also? Is it a performance-based goal? Mm-hmm. Is it, I want the fastest 60 to 130 time for 60 grand? Is it I want the most, the best 0 to 60 car, the fastest top end? I want the most reliable, like what is it that you want to accomplish? Is it just I want the fastest car for under 60 grand? Like even that is subjective. It's like, well, what is fast to you?
Yeah.
Is it the 60, 130? Is it 0 to 60? Is it top end? Is it handling?
Yeah, because honestly, I could jump in your Pista that's expensive as fuck, go get on a motorcycle that's 20 grand. And
yeah. So, what do you want out of that 60 grand? Do looks play a role? Does exclusivity or rareness play a role? All those things are a factor. The second point is that, the Infinities, the Supras, the kind of the off color ones that aren't as notoriously known, realize there's going to be fewer shops that can do really good work on those because just not nearly as many people are doing them. And from a aftermarket standpoint, it's going to be harder to find stuff to accomplish if let's say 750 wheel horsepower is your goal. It's going to be harder to get there with Infinities and with Supras and what have you. BMWs and anything fucking Mopar or Ford, whether it's a Camaro, a fucking Hellcat, or any of the Ford V8s, whether it's a GT or even a GT 500, GT 350, whatever, and the BMWs. I would even leave the Mercedes out there. Yes, they have aftermarket stuff. It's more expensive, and there's nowhere near as much of it. Mm-hmm. To me, if I had to pick one exotic or one European and one American, I would do anything with a Hellcat on the American side, and any BMW M2, M3, M4. On the European side, those two have the most shops out there. They have the most, network of parts. It's the cheapest, and it's going to be the easiest to find stuff for, to fix if it breaks, and ultimately is going to be the cheapest and easiest for you to modify. But,
yeah, I have to 100% agree.
Yeah.
If I had 60 grand, it would also depend if I'm paying cash or financing.
Yeah.
Because if I'm financing, I'm going to get the most car I can for my 60 grand. And hopefully you're not blowing your whole wad on your budget on your financing. If it's cash, I'm going to go a little bit cheaper, kind of like you said. I'm going to get a Mustang GT 5.0 or a Scat Pack. Get one of those two, used, low miles. And I'm going to spend about $45,000. I'm going to take the rest of my $15,000.
Yep.
I'm going to supercharge that bitch. I'm going to fucking put methanol on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put exhaust.
That's right. Always exhaust.
And that car, I would bet money.
A pulley upgrade too, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That car, I would put money, would go out on the street for my 60 grand and fuck up 90% of the cars out there.
Yeah, you take whatever money you got left, and that's where you'd put it.
Yeah. I've been there and I've done it. I did it with my Corvette. I did it with Mustangs. I mean, I've been doing that longer, and I've been fucking with supercars and shit.
Yeah.
They're so easy, but same thing. I mean, we've talked about it before. Buying an exhaust for a WRX or a Hellcat, cheap.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, what's cheap to me now, even then, is still expensive. And remember, we started off the show with me bitching about $200 shoes. Mm-hmm. So, an exhaust for a Hellcat, $1,500. To me, right now, that's cheap. But if I'm looking at a Hellcat and that's all I have, that's still a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
The reason I say it's cheap is because I've spent the 15 and 20 grand to get the exhaust on the McLaren, the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the Audi. What else have I put? I put exhaust on every fucking thing. I really got a problem. But yeah, to mod those are so much more expensive. Like you said, what you could do on your car for 70 horsepower, take that and drop that into a Mustang or a Hellcat.
Double it.
Fuck. It's
what it would cost
crazy.
to add 70 or 80 horsepower to my car would double the amount of horsepower in a Mustang or a Hellcat or an M2, M3, M4, you know.
If you're wanting an investment car, knowing that I tripped on a GT350, if you want a fun car you're considering an investment, those cars are rare, numbered.
Yeah.
I'd pick that bitch up. And you could supercharge it, 6-speed.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun little, if you're into tracking and you want kind of a all around good 60 to 130s, you know, with a supercharger, because you can still supercharge it, exhaust, throw a better shifter in it, because it's a manual. I would have a good short throw put in there.
Yeah.
You'd have a great car that's easy to unbolt everything, and it's stock. But tear shit up on the track, fuck around on the weekend, cheap to fix if you break it.
Looks cool, sounds fucking amazing.
Sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You put a Borla attack on that motherfucker or something, shit.
Sounds like a good car.
Dude, Mustangs to me, and we were both looking at cars, and I went and I made a license plate, and I'm not sharing this because if one of us ends up with a Mustang, I don't care if it's his, I'm fucking putting this license plate on it.
You got like a clever plate?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll text it to you right now.
Let me know.
But Mustangs they're just, you can get so much for what it is.
They're cool little cars for sure.
Yeah. The Hellcat's the same way, but the Hellcat is a depreciating motherfucker.
Well, one thing that I typically lump in with anything Mopar, but it is not, in the same exact vein as, the ZL1 Camaro is a bad motherfucker too.
That one slipped my mind.
And those brand new are like 60 fucking grand, 65 grand. So same thing, like you pick one of those up for, that's a year or two old with, 5,000-6,000 miles on it. You're going to get it well under 60 grand. And that car is a fucking beast. And similarly, there's a lot you can do. I mean, it's already supercharged. Mm-hmm. It's a 650 horsepower engine on the Alpha chassis that it shares the chassis with the Cadillac CTS-V. Both are very, very competent track cars, way more than you would think. And so just with a little bit of engine tweaking on that, similarly, like you could get a lot of fucking bang for your buck getting a ZL1 Camaro.
Mm-hmm. And they handle great. Shit, they held the rear-wheel drive Nürburgring track record for a long time.
It's a fucking nice car.
ZL1 Camaro?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I don't like the one thing that ruins it for me on the Camaros is the visibility out of the windshield.
I've heard that before,
yeah, for me is a deal breaker. It reminds me of driving a fucking Humvee. It's almost like you're looking out of a rear view mirror out of the front. Like it's just it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, you just can't see enough.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I mean, for me, that's one of the things I really like about the Ferrari is the visibility. Same with the R8, and the 911 for that matter. The three supercars that I've had, all three of them are very, very visibility competent cars, which for me is really important.
Yeah.
To me, visibility and braking are every bit as important as all of the things that most people normally talk about. But for me, those are safety issues that if it's hard for me to see, well, that's fucking dangerous. Mm-hmm. If my brakes suck, well, that's fucking dangerous, So, to me, those are very, very important things. And the Camaro, the visibility just fucking sucks for me.
Yeah.
I appreciate how much importance you guys put on safety. You guys always wear helmets. You're never fucking around. Like I think people assume we play fast and loose with the podcast sometimes. So it's like, they're fucking around the road. It's like, no, every time you guys are wearing jackets, helmets, you do shit.
I went somewhere and didn't have on a jacket or a helmet, and you said something. I know my wife did when you ran around the corner the other day, because we'll both go around his neighborhood when he first gets a bike, which is no traffic. Usually that is when you get fucked up, though, and turn our hat around and go. Sure. But we're not speeding. But if we're going to do some shit, you can bet your ass.
Yeah, I'm going to have everything I can.
I'm going to be safe as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right.
Have my riding shoes, my jacket, my gloves.
Good for you.
I've melted. I already know. That shit hurts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can speak for, for my time in the military, like safety is a huge part of, I hate to use the word culture in the military, but I don't know what else, is appropriate, is that it is. It's like parachuting as an example. I mean, the amount of checks, buddy checks, self checks, jump master checks that you go through that checks all of your equipment to ensure that it's the way that it's supposed to be, because when you're doing that, all it takes is one line routed in the wrong fashion, and your chute doesn't open, and you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Same with draggers, the closed rebreather circuit, dive rigs that we use. It's a closed circuit. There's no bubbles, so it's not super intricate, but there is a process that the rig has to be set up, and it's my job as the diver to set my rig up to pour the soda zorb or soft lime gravel type mixture into a scrubber canister that when you exhale, it goes through this, it scrubs the CO2 and puts it into a breathing bag, has a little O2 tank that adds air or O2 as you need it, and it's all self-contained in this little chest-mounted rig. I have to put all of that together and set it up and make sure that all of the O-rings and clamps and fucking seals are the way they're supposed to be. And then a dive, my buddy checks me, I check him, and then a dive master comes and checks us, and then somebody on the boat before we get in the water checks everybody over also. Because again, one little fuck up, and when you're underwater and something doesn't work, you fucking drown and you're dead. Shooting, demolition, it's all the same. Like, it's very, very high level, super dangerous shit that it only takes one little fucking error to kill somebody on, and so you have to have extremely fucking high attention to detail, and that's why I'm such a picky, particular motherfucker now, is because it's just ingrained that way. But same thing, getting on a motorcycle, more so than a car. I mean, cars are the same way, but a motorcycle, it only takes one slight little fuck up, and that's it. You don't get a second chance, So to me, there's certain things that I'm willing to take risks on, speeding wise, or driving a certain way wise, but they're always mitigated as much as I can with as much safety, equipment precaution that I can possibly employ, coupled with the situational stuff. Like, there's a time and a place for it, There's people that drive around that it doesn't matter where they're at or who's around or how bad traffic is, that they drive like total fucking morons. I like to drive like a moron when it seems like it makes sense to.
Yeah.
And I have I'm not being selfish and thinking, like, well, I don't care about anybody else, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. I take other people into consideration, as well as obviously myself. But to me, it's just dumb not to. I mean, those are unforced errors. Those are things you can control. You can't control how other people drive or respond to how you drive, but I can control how I drive. I can control what I have on my body to protect me in the event of a problem.
Makes sense. No, you guys, the same way with firearm safety. You guys are both super safe. Yeah, like, you don't fuck around.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to drink and go shooting, or fuck around with a loaded gun and spin it and do tricks and there's certain things that there's just no reason to fuck with it.
Yeah. I'm a little confused about that last part. You dive?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You can swim? Wait a minute.
I didn't know that.
You've jumped out of a plane before?
Yeah. One time I asked Mike if he actively scubas, and I forgot the word actively and fucked it all up.
I don't think you forgot.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
You're going to live with that forever.
I know.
Like, if one of us die first, I'm going to make sure to bring it up at the funeral.
Please do.
I mean,
It'll be great. Yeah,
you're probably going to outlive us.
That'll go off like gangbusters.
Probably.
It's
questionable.
Maybe. Yeah.
Safety's key. I mean, I don't go anywhere without buckling up. And people, some people won't buckle up.
Yeah. I don't think it should be illegal. I think it should be your choice. I'm still going to wear one.
Yeah, especially with the speeds we go. Yeah, 100% I agree. It should be a matter of choice. Now, there were times in some of my pickup trucks where I didn't fucking wear them.
Sure.
And if I wrecked, I was a dumbass.
You learned a lesson.
But, I mean, if you look at the insurance institutes, there's all kinds of studies show. That's a whole nother fucking show with seatbelts. But I always wear, if the safety gear's there, I'm going to wear it.
Yeah.
You know, or put it on. And same when you got your piece to bring up safety. We were fixing to leave, and yeah, we filmed it. But Mike said, hey, I'm going to drive slow. I may drive slow the whole way just to kind of get a feel for the car.
Yeah.
By slow, that for us, that's 100 or so.
Sure.
It was about, was it a 45-minute drive to where you picked it up? So about 20 minutes of safety, 25 minutes of, oh, shit, I guess he got used to the car.
Yeah.
But, I mean, same thing, you know, next thing I get, I'm not going to jump in it and just see how fast I can go around my roundabouts.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, to me, that like for me on a motorcycle, I think is a good example of that. Is that, you know, the bikes that I'm on are far more capable than I am as a rider. You know, I have a certain level of skill set at this point to go faster than I actually do on purpose. Is that, you know, yeah, there's times where I know I can push it harder than I do, and I don't because I don't feel like I have enough experience to do that with. You know, whether it's shooting or bikes or cars or fucking, you know, whatever. Is that I think that's where your ego comes in. But
know your limitations.
but yeah, you know, there's no reason to push certain things, you know, for the sake of, you know, getting left behind by a group or somebody talking shit, you know, like, oh, you can't keep up, huh, pussy? You know, I mean, something stupid like that is what gets people killed, you know, is buckling to thinking that, you know, people are going to think that you suck or you're not as good as you want to be or that you're a pussy because you're wearing a helmet or going slow or whatever. And it's just fucking dumb, you know, I mean, but
Those
whatever.
aren't the people you want to be around either if they're trying to put you in those spots.
To me, somebody that gives you shit about, you know, going slow around a corner or wearing a fucking helmet or a seatbelt or gloves on your motorcycle, you know, it just, to me, like those are people that usually fucking pay with their life or have a bunch of friends that have fucking died on them or whatever because they, you know, they push that narrative that I think is just dumb. You know?
Yeah.
But
I mean, we talk about it a lot. I mean, with guns, bikes, cars, everything, situational awareness. There's a reason we both sit the way we sit when we're eating. There's a reason the other day we're riding, and I fell back. Normally, I'm right on Mike's ass, and the reason I stay behind is to, you know, watch, make sure everything's good because he'll ask me, you know, how'd I do? Or I want him to dictate the speed because I can go faster. And there were times where he was like, fuck this, and I was like, oh, shit, you know, but I forgot. I've gotten a bad habit, and I meant to bring this up earlier. I put my helmet on lately, and I forget to fucking do my strap. I don't know why the fuck this all of a sudden started happening, but when it's flapping, well, Mike slowed down the other day. I did it again this morning, but Mike slowed down, or I slowed down to do it while I'm riding.
Yeah.
I'm tightening it up, and he knows I'm not behind him, so he slows down. Same thing when I went around you. I knew you weren't going to come trying to haul ass to catch me. I slow down, let him catch up. I mean, I know when he's uncomfortable, and if I'm going faster, I'm going to slow down, let him catch up. I'm not going to be like, hey, man, why was you a bitch right there? Yeah. Because, for one, you're trying to learn, and doing that to me is not the best way to teach somebody. Yeah, I do fuck with people. I've said it before in video games and shit like that. That's different. Your life's not on the line in a fucking video game. You know your limitations, and situational awareness is a motherfucker.
Especially when you're going
And
fast.
remember to strap your helmet.
Yeah, do that.
God, I can't believe it. I don't know why.
You must have forgot to do it one time, and it's like muscle memory now. You don't even think about it.
It used to be the main thing, first thing I did, put that on. But you know what it is? I think it's because I'm
distracted.
I haven't worn my gloves lately.
Yeah.
And before I put my gloves on, habits to reach up and then slide my gloves on.
Yeah.
You're not wearing gloves? Was it?
It's
too
fucking
I
hot.
mean, yeah.
Like, I can lose a finger right now. I'm cool with that.
Coming at it, Texas.
It's fucking 90 degrees outside. But, I mean, I ride. If I'm not wearing my gear, certain gear, I ride way different than if I'm geared up.
Yeah.
Because the other day when I was geared up riding his bike, I rode that bitch like I stole it. And he was the cops.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for the most part, the other day when we rode, I didn't go crazy.
Well.
So we've talked about this shit before, and it came up in the chat yesterday. I was going to get off of cars for a minute. Oh, one thing I did want to say. You motherfuckers always want to catch me on some shit, so I've let some shit go for a while. Like my buddy texted me the other day. Hey, man, you fucked up on the Lightnings. They were 5.4s and blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I fucked up. My bad. That was an honest fuck up. I fucked up the leader.
Okay.
I've been intentionally fucking up a GT2 RS calling it all-wheel drive since this show started, and none of you keyboard commando motherfuckers have caught that yet.
Wow. Are you shaming people for not catching your fuck up? Is that what's happening right now? Okay, I gotcha.
Because they want to catch us on simple shit, you know? Like Mike can, hey, you should, it sounded like you said two as T-O instead of T-O-O is also. Bitch, shut up. Or if the mics the other day.
Sure.
You know, okay, you know they're new, motherfucker.
We're working on it.
But hey, we got them fixed.
Hey, we got them.
But so from the day one, 30 shows in, this 31, I would say we've talked about a GT2 RS.
Often.
Fuck, half the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Easy.
At least 10 times.
And I make sure to throw in it's all-wheel drive, best all-wheel drive car you can
You
get.
say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Intentionally, it's in my notes. Mention it. All-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive.
And you motherfuckers ain't caught it.
So what is it? Rear wheel?
Yeah, it's rear-wheel drive.
That's front wheel drive. There.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Front-wheel drive.
That and the Honda Civic.
Up till this week, I thought it was all wheel. So what do I know?
But you motherfuckers y'all gotta do better.
What are you inviting on this podcast? You want people in the chat telling you you're wrong every week? You don't want that.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you want it or not. Any chance somebody can correct anybody at any time seems
They
like
do
they
it.
do
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
Actually,
So it got brought up in the live chat. As you know, you are usually in there. Zach finally makes a motherfucking account, and he's in there. People brought up plumbing stories. Do you ever have plumbing stories walking in that are like porns? No, and I've never delivered a pizza. But with that being said, my wife says, I'm sure you get told this.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But my wife will be, what'd that bitch just say? What are you talking about? You know, and chicks, hey, nice tattoos, or hey, I like that shirt, or apparently they're flirting with us and we don't know it. But I put that on the same level as dudes telling chicks, I just want to be your friend.
yeah.
You know, they don't notice that shit
I
either.
was thinking about this just the other day.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
No, he isn't.
He
like-
wants to be friends.
Dude comes out, for instance, and that's in my notes. Dude comes out yesterday, we're eating at Rosa Cafe. I'm getting all our shit together. My wife's getting a drink. Dude comes out of the bathroom, stares at her ass. I mean, and don't hide it at all. And of course, I'm not right there. Okay, fuck it. I'm going to go get me some more drink too.
Sure.
So I get some more drink. And I'll be damned if this motherfucker isn't holding the door for like 3 minutes for her. And as she walks out, and then I'm coming behind her and he lets the door go.
Really?
And she's like, thank you. And I was like, yeah, thanks, dick. And and she said, what was that about? I said, babe, he just wanted to get in them guts.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And 100% chicks don't notice most of the time when dudes are doing it.
Yeah.
So is it that we get the same shit? Chicks flirting with us and we just don't know?
I think there's probably something to that. You know, I guess for me, like it's got to be so blatantly obvious for me to fucking think just because I think it's maybe an overcorrection of when you see the type of guys that don't get when they're not.
Yeah.
Thinking that they are.
Yeah.
You know, that like I want to be so far removed from thinking that a chick was flirting with me that and she's not, that like it better fall in my lap and be so goddamn obvious that the entire room notices before I'm going to be like, oh, I think this chick is trying to fucking whatever. You know, that's for me.
Like I probably wouldn't be with my wife if she didn't introduce herself the way she did.
Yeah.
And because I'm kind of the same way. I mean, I'm not the guy that when I go to a strip club after $400 in lap dances, like, I think this bitch loves me.
Yeah. I think I got a real shot with this one.
Yeah, I'm the motherfucker tipping the waitress, telling the fucking stripper I'm broke, bitch, get off me.
Yeah.
You know, but my wife spells her name with an I, and she said, and I said, oh, like I'd fuck you. And she said, no, like I'd suck your dick. And I was like, I'm going to marry that bitch. And that's sure enough how we met.
Fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Yeah.
Now, if it's outside of that, yeah,
It's got to be pretty
It's
obvious.
got to be
Fucking
blatantly
off.
obvious.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty obvious for dudes.
I've been with plumbers who, my old boss, I'm not going to say which company it is, hot ass Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, standing over that motherfucker, no kind of panties over a scuttle hole, no panties on, in a fucking robe. I'm like, hey, we're having a party later. You want to come by? And this dude, you know, like you do your brother, you're holding them with your hand and their heads right here. That's what he was doing to me. Like, I'm trying to, let me get the scuttle hole, bro.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And he was the owner of the company.
Yeah.
But I've seen that. I've seen guys that think chicks want to be with them that went too far in plumbing.
Oh, sure.
You know, I've seen a dude with a rep for a big plumbing supply. The reps some of them are really hot chicks. Come out and they'll deliver shit they forgot to bring and bring you lunch sometimes. And the motherfucker grabs the chick, throws her up on the counter, and she wanted no part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, ended her career. So I never wanted to be that guy that took the shit too far. I thought, you know, aside from a chick coming out butt ass naked, which hasn't happened to me.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, are you here to clean my pipes? Yeah. No, that has never happened to me.
Yeah. I think the other thing too is that, you know, here's where there's a disparity or maybe a double standard society-wise, is that I also am not naive to the fact that most women that are even a little bit attractive get hit on and flirted with and fucked with all the time, you know, and they're tired of it. And so for me, like, again, the last thing I want to be is that fucking dude that's just adding to their plate of like, Jesus Christ, really? So I just don't do it. You know,
Yeah, I'll see someone, I head nod, you know, like the, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, like I just don't like fucking doing that, you know. And so I think part of it, girls flirt with men way less than men flirt with women, you know. So I think that's a big part of it, is that most guys just don't fucking take a hint and they're incessant about it. And then, you know, on the flip side, like, because most women don't flirt with men the same way or as obviously, you know, when men flirt with women, it's usually pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah.
You know, I think, and when women flirt with men, it's far less that way. But
100%. Like my wife said, I'm sexist or something, but it was a weird argument, and I said, check it out. Here's what we're gonna do. We're both gonna go to the bar tonight. You pick the bar.
Okay.
We're both going to walk in naked. Let's see which one of us goes to jail.
yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Chances are it's not going to be the chick with the nice body going to jail. It's going to be my fat ass over there naked as a motherfucker.
Right. Creep Mr. White
You
Man
know?
over there. Yeah.
So I'm going to have charges. I ain't ever going to be able to go to that club again. And
No.
chances are there was probably a kid around and somewhere in the fucking parking lot. So now I can't
No,
even
it's true. Like a hot chick playing with herself at a restaurant, like versus a dude stroking his dick.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be 5 other grown men, like, dragging that dude out by his fucking face, you know, beating the shit out of him on the way because he's a pervert, where, you know, the chick's going to have a fucking audience.
Yeah, chicks nowadays that say it ain't equal out.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
You bitches have an advantage. You just don't realize it.
That's the big secret. Chicks always had the advantage, man.
If you're-
it's always
If
I mean,
you're
there are certain things where it's not the case, but again, it's, you know, there's things that are advantageous in being a woman. There's things that are advantageous in being a man.
Sure.
You know, so to me, I think where most people make a mistake is comparing. You know, again, I tell this to my kids all the fucking time when it's like, well, why doesn't so-and-so get in trouble for that? It's like, stop giving a fuck about whether or not somebody else gets in trouble for it or not. Like, you can't control that. What you can control is what you put your time and energy into and how hard you work. You know, the attitude that you bring, showing up on time. Like, those are things that you can control, you know? And I get so sick of fucking people bitching about their lot in life. Like, either change it or shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, somebody else getting a good deal doesn't keep you from doing what the fuck you want to do. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a finite amount of opportunity or money to be made or, you know, successes to have. Like, there's not a quota on that, hey, only 10 people get to win today in the state of Texas, so fucking go out there and take it. Stop fucking whining about it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm getting off on a tangent.
No.
If I was a chick in a corporate world right now not making it, I'm going to tell you right now, I'd be finger blasting myself on OnlyFans to make up my money.
The number of times you have told us on this show that if you were a woman,
I'd
you
finger
would bang your way to the top is scary, honestly. Yeah.
No, dude, they could take pictures of their feet.
Yeah.
I mean, these chicks could literally, on Craigslist, sell panties claiming they're used for 5 times the amount that they go buy them for.
Yeah.
Because some perverted motherfucker will buy them.
Hey, you know, you could do that too. You could sell.
That's a
You
good
could sell
fucking
underwear.
point.
Just
Okay, well,
send hot pictures.
we're gonna have a
I've
corporate
read
meeting after
stories
this.
of that in the past. Dudes in college need to make a little extra money. They'll just like buy panties, wear 'em, do something with them, and then sell them
Well,
on
I mean,
Craigslist
here's the
and
thing. Like, you could go to Target and buy like
Sure.
50 pairs of cheap ones,
Fucking go
right? And
nuts.
just set them right next to the toilet, and you use that to wipe your ass every time,
Yep.
and sell them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you would probably turn a
and you'd
profit.
probably make a fucking
Yeah,
killing
if you,
doing
you
it.
want some clean, worn ones, you fucking go to the gym, throw them hoes in your fucking pockets,
Yeah.
work out, and you got fucking sweat on them.
Oh,
Just stuff your fucking workout shorts
Yeah.
with them and work out.
Yeah, and just fucking have that shit down both sides. That'd be-
Spray a little fucking juicy couture hooker
You would
perfume.
make money for these. That's the worst part.
Yeah,
But
mix shit and perfume together and just smear it
Yes.
all over them.
But that's the thing. I mean, and we say it all the time. You're limited to your mind.
You really are.
If your mind's in this box, I'm not going to succeed. You're not.
That's right.
If you think outside the box, and you can get in binds, how do you get out of a bind? Do you let that bind overwhelm you?
Yeah.
Or do you just, it's the same with every fucking thing in life. Don't let shit overwhelm you. I mean, yeah, it sucks. I get that. I'm stressed out right now, but I'm not going to sit here and go home and fucking cry about it. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because if I cry about it, that's all that time I couldn't figure out how to fix it because I was worried about it, crying.
It's easy to tumble mentally, man, into
yeah.
a bad spot for sure.
I'm going to tell you right now, though, if I was a chick, I'd finger blast my way all the way to the top. I'd have one of them fucking machine dildos so I don't have to work as hard.
Yeah,
Because
there's
you work-
a term for that, right? What's it called?
Machine dildo?
No, like there is. It's actually like I don't know if you'd call it a fetish. It's a category where you use an actual machine.
Oh, yeah. It's on, it's
what the fuck
not
is it?
animated.
Robotic?
It may be robotic.
Something.
That's not
That shit's
robotic.
fucking popular
I know what
as
you're
fuck
talking
now,
about.
though.
Yeah, there's a specific term for it, but
I'm tired of fuck is going on. If you do go on Pornhub,
Yeah.
it's been a while for me.
Has it?
At least 4 hours.
There you go.
But if you go on now, it's always my stepson or my stepmom
Incest.
or you motherfucking nasty
I know, man.
motherfuckers.
I don't get it.
Like the shit where I picked up this hot bitch in my taxi cab. That shit's fucking. That's cool.
I might have an answer for why incest is popular on Pornhub. I might have an answer for this. You ready?
Yeah.
It's cheap, right? Back in the day, you had to get costumes and shit. You had to dress up a chick like a nurse or like a cop, right? Now, oh, we're siblings. Ha ha. And then you bang. Done.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
But the amount of sick motherfuckers out there watching it,
yeah.
I mean, how much is a fucking nurse's costume?
they're on sale at Halloween.
Have you seen the prices of porn shoots in California nowadays? They can't afford renting those houses so people can bang in them.
Dude,
they can't afford it.
nowadays, no bullshit. You can get just as good a quality on this fucking phone as you can with a fucking perverted motherfucker talking about slap her ass.
Amateur categories are huge too. I mean, you
Yeah.
make a good point.
So here's the thing that I don't like the amateur categories. It's like they automatically have it be shit quality video. It's like
It's not what I
it's
want.
it's like you guys are using a fucking circa 05 flip phone to record this shit. Like use a fucking iPhone for Christ's sake.
One ring light they bought on Amazon.
I still think it's funny the bitches that'll get butt ass naked, suck a dick, take a mouthful of fucking jizz, but not show her fucking hair up.
That is a good
Bitch, we see your birthmark, ho. You know your dad's watching.
I see that ankle tattoo. You ain't
Yeah.
fooling anybody.
Yeah, we know who you are.
Yeah. Or your fucking
I bought
ex-boyfriend.
you those panties.
Yeah.
What?
You have no dignity in this situation. Yeah, you're not retaining any. There's no pride here.
Yeah, what are you worried about your fucking DMV photo getting out, bitch?
right.
We already know.
Just let it go.
Nowadays,
You know what's interesting? While we're on the fucking tangent, is why is prostitution illegal?
Oh Jesus, good question.
But porn is okay, right? So if I use a camera and I pay you to fuck me in front of the camera, that's fine,
100%.
right? But I can't do it without the camera
Yes.
in a hotel room. Like how
Horribly
fucking
legal.
retarded is that?
Yeah. I think of that. Did you guys ever see that old study with, they had a bunch of monkeys. They gave a bunch of monkeys like money and taught them how to use currency because they wanted to see how monkeys would do in an exhibit like trading food for money or whatever. It all turned into prostitution very quickly. They all started banging each other for money. That was the deal. And I was like, that's the whole game, man. That's all we're really doing here.
there's a 100% logical reason that that's the best industry to be in.
Of course it is.
People are going to pay to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that I mean it's hardwired, right? I mean, sex is hardwired into human beings the same way as hunger, as the need to breathe, as
Sleep.
social connection, sleep, hydration. I mean, it's a primary fucking resource that we wouldn't exist if it didn't have that high of a level of of desire that was hardwired into you. No animals would. You know, I mean, that's why we exist. Like, if it wasn't there, if we were like, nah, I don't really give a fuck about sex, then people wouldn't reproduce.
Yeah.
Like, it has to have that high of a level of reward value, or human beings wouldn't be human beings, you know. But I think it's just fucking dumb. Like, you know, my body, my choice, right? Like, why the fuck can't you sell your body if you want to?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know. To me, it seems pretty fucking stupid.
Fucking, my wife got told by somebody, men want to have sex more when they're stressed, and women want to have sex less when they're stressed.
I believe that.
That's some bullshit.
Is it?
No, it's just bullshit.
Oh, okay.
In general, it's fucking
I
bullshit.
disagree. You just don't like it.
Yeah,
I
it's
got it. Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, with men, you know, sex is more typically more aggressive and more about, you know, some of it is kind of social dominance and what have you, whereas with women, it's more about an emotional connection.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, that's why you see, you know, really, really fucking hot young women with old, nasty rich guys. Like, how many young, super good-looking dudes do you see with some nasty old rich lady? You don't, right? Because of that, is that even in that realm, the emotional connection that a woman is going to have with a guy who's able to provide for her is that valuable, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas for a guy, it's not.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a stark contrast between men and women, I think, in that way. But Zach,
I'd hit up a hot sugar mama.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
Like a hot
I
one,
wouldn't.
though.
You really?
Fuck no, I wouldn't.
I mean,
Like a really hot one.
and we're talking millions of dollars.
No, I don't give
What's
a
the
fuck.
age limit?
I mean, to me, it doesn't matter, because the way that they look and take care of themselves and act is gonna be what's important. Like, I don't give a fuck how old they are or not.
But like Jennifer Aniston came up because she's older than you.
Yeah.
You fucking that?
I mean, it depends. It depends on where
That
I'm
bitch can
at.
tell me what to do. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean,
kidding.
if it was like that type of arrangement, like, hey, I'm just gonna be your fucking sugar mama, like, maybe my ego is too proud, but I'd be like, fuck no.
Yeah.
I'd be like, bitch, I'm taking allowance.
Yeah, I'm just
will
like, to me,
clock in.
I'm too fucking, maybe it's arrogance. I don't know. Maybe I'm too arrogant. Like, I don't want to be beholden to anybody for any fucking thing.
Yeah.
I can't stand it, you know?
But what if you're like her gardener now?
No.
And she's your sugar mama?
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Zach?
It would have to,
Zach's
have to be,
saying, yeah, Zach's
it would
over
have
there.
to be a legitimate fucking pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It'd have to be-
It would.
Yeah.
For me, it would. Like, I just,
Okay, so you go into it even keel. You're both doing the same level in life.
I mean, in terms
What's
of,
the oldest chick you'd bang?
I mean, again, it depends on who it is. Like, Jennifer Aniston, age-wise, and the way that she looks, her body style for me is a little thin. She's a beautiful woman.
I'm
She's
going to
ti-
look up old
she's
chick
ti-
bitches.
My God.
thick like a bowl of fucking oatmeal. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I'm not saying, I mean, there's just too many variables. Like, I'm,
She has gotten skinnier.
yeah, to me, she's skin. I mean, Angelina Jolie, the same thing. She's
Oh,
too
yeah, she
fucking
got
skinny.
worse. In that movie we saw?
Yeah, she's too skinny.
Those Who Wish Me Dead.
Yeah.
Now on HBO Max and in theaters.
It's a good movie, but
It's not bad. Yeah.
But yeah, I like. I'm more on the Jennifer Lopez side than the Jennifer Aniston side in terms of, like, she's in her 50s.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I
And
would.
how? Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know
I
that
would.
bitch will choke you out, though. I'm going to say my name, motherfucker.
That's fine.
Like, you got it.
There, there's
I'm
far
down.
there's I've been choked out by far uglier people.
Yeah.
Than her, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you have been through some fucked up training, so.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Zach, would you let J-Lo choke you out?
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
So that's what I mean. It depends on their age and how well they've taken. Not their age. It depends on how they look. Like,
How they took care of themselves.
yeah, I mean, like if they're fucking 65 and look like they're 38, sure.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I know women that are 35 that look 70. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so to me, it's not. It's really not about their fucking age or their money.
Yeah.
You know, to me, and on the same token though, like, I wouldn't be threatened by a super successful rich woman either.
No.
You know, it's
As
just,
long as you're providing for yourself.
yeah. Well, it wouldn't be under the auspice of, you know, her taking care of me. You know,
Yeah.
like, I just, to me, like, if I can't at least depend on myself to fucking survive, then I need to work on what I'm doing, not
Yeah.
let somebody else fucking take care of it. You know,
Yeah.
for me, that's on me.
Yeah.
You too, Zach?
Yes.
You and the roommate agree?
1,000 times yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, like, I'm not saying that I wouldn't allow a woman to fucking spend money on me or spoil me if that, if she was trying to do that, but not if I wasn't at a place where I was happy with where I'm at first.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's a huge component in relationships is that, like if you're dependent on somebody else to make you happy, you're going to be miserable your whole fucking life.
100%.
Like they need to be able to make themselves happy by themselves. I need to be able to make myself happy by myself. And then you come together and share that, to try to depend on somebody, 100% every single goddamn time you are going to fail. Yeah. It's setting you up for failure if you're dependent on somebody else for happiness.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
They're going to let you down every time.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You won't be able to get roadhead as much.
Yeah. That's the real tragedy.
I mean, I'm sure you're the same way. I view money different than most people. Like, my wife gets frustrated with money, stressed over money. Me, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I've been up and down so many times, I realize I could lose it all tomorrow, and then 2 days later, I can be fucking back in the black. We're doing good.
Yeah.
And, I don't let the what ifs stress me out about the unknown situation, I'm not, what if this happens and then this? Well, it hasn't.
Yep.
So what if is okay if we're preparing for something way more important? Have we paid all the bills? The employees paid? Yeah. That's what's important. The employees paid, number one. We talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
After that, it's okay. So the light people have to wait for a week. I'm not going to stress about them. They're going to be fine. They're not going to shut our power off.
Yeah.
And if they do, fuck them. I'll go stick a screwdriver and rehook it back up somehow.
Somebody once said, worrying is a poor use of imagination. Couldn't agree more. You're just imagining bad shit for no reason. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I want to stress about real shit. Like,
right.
If a fucking constable pulls up to my house, I'm going to stress for a minute till I know what the fuck he wants.
I'm not sweating the constable now. The real fucking police shows up, then I'll worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constable, I'm not worried about it.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, he's usually just there to serve some papers.
Yeah.
Not do no hood rash. Now, if sheriffs show up, that's the real ones.
Now, when the SWAT van's outside your house and your power goes out, then there's a problem.
Oh, I got a story of some shit showing up to my house.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
You want to share?
How can I do it without it? I get
Has
a
it been
knock.
within 7 years? I mean,
Huh?
Has it been within 7
Oh,
years?
it wasn't nothing I did.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was there. I got woke up by a knock on the door. And, okay, I get a knock on the door. Hey, is so-and-so here? Yep, motherfucker's upstairs.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
wow.
Damn.
Like, shit, you want me to walk you up?
Yeah.
You ain't here for me? Nah, we good. Come on, man.
Let me show you. Yeah.
Let me show you.
Right this way,
Up
officer.
here. Yeah.
Yep, this is the room.
You need a gun?
Damn.
I can show you where some are.
You need
Yeah.
a gun. That's great.
Yeah, I had to figure out how to say that without saying it. But yeah.
All right. On the off chance we're not here next week, I got a question for you.
12.
Father's Day's coming up.
Uh-huh.
What's the best Father's Day? What do you guys actually want? I mean,
I don't want
nobody
shit.
to fucking bother you. Do you want?
To me, it's simple shit. It's my kid even just calling and saying, hey, how are you? I love you. Happy Father's Day. That's huge.
Just check in.
Yeah, I don't need shit, you know? Material possessions and, again, money to me that's why I don't have emotional connections to any of my cars. I can get rid of a car and I'm fine.
You can. That's
Will
true.
I miss it? Oh, yeah. I had good times.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to keep all the keys. But other than that, I mean,
All right.
friends, true friends, yeah, that's a different thing. But same with my, Father's Day, my daughter calls me up. Hey, I love you, happy Father's Day. That's huge to me.
You don't like a good steak.
I
or
don't
anything?
give a shit about going and standing in no damn long ass restaurant line to order no motherfucking shit I could have got on Saturday.
Yeah.
Don't nobody care about the dads.
Yeah, all right.
What's yours?
What do you got?
Similarly, for me, it's important to communicate to similarly, like I'm not going to buy him shit or send him cards or whatever, but call my dad and just, tell him how much I appreciate his guidance and tutelage growing up, because he did a lot, to set me up, to give me the tools that I have, that got me where I am today. So I want to make sure that he knows that. As far as, for me, similarly, like I'll take it even a step further, is not only do I not need or necessarily want anything, I would rather my kids not get me a single fucking thing.
Yeah.
What would make my day or what I would appreciate probably more than anything is that same thing, just some sort of sentiment from them of of appreciating, what I do for them and them, telling me that they love me, that they're glad that I'm their dad, and that they appreciate the things that I do for them. If they plan something, doesn't have to be anything big or even go anywhere, just do something or grab a coffee. I mean, just something that shows that, hey, we're taking, the time out of this day at this time to say, hey, we're glad that you're our dad, and that's really it. That's really it. And I'm not even going to say that I would want that. I would appreciate that. I don't need it. I don't expect kids at that age to have that kind of sentimental value. I know I didn't when I was their age, and as they get older, they probably will. But so to me, that's it. I mean, I don't really want. I'd rather they not do anything for me, or get me anything, as I just don't want it.
Good
You know
answer.
the scariest day in the hood?
What's that?
Father's Day.
What hood? Here in town?
Hey, just all of them.
Why did I laugh at that? So terrible.
Because you're a fucked up person.
That's true. Yeah.
There's a fucked up meme from, it's probably 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I don't care if people get mad. It's when that pie challenge was going around.
Pie
And
challenge.
Where they were taking cream pies and
Okay.
cream pie motherfuckers when they walk in.
Sure, yeah.
I cream pie way different than that.
Do you really? We have to talk shop, swap methods. All right, you can tell me how you do it.
Jack, do you not know what a cream pie
I
is?
fucking know. Of course I do. Of course I do.
I mean, you're over here acting like
I committed to the bit. You guys started laughing. I was stuck. I had to keep going. Yes, I know what.
But the deal is,
the cream pie challenge.
Of course.
but it's fuck it.
Where were we?
Go ahead.
I can't even top that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How much time we got
We're
left?
good, man. We're over.
Okay, guys. So we're not going to record next week, but we do have a video that we recorded that I still haven't released,
Okay.
and we'll premiere that video
Yeah.
because it's been sitting. So you'll still have something. It'll only be, what is that, 10, 12 minutes, something like that?
I think it's like 8. It's been a while since I looked at it.
Okay, we'll say 6. So if you get 2 to 4 more minutes, congratulations.
It's good stuff, though.
Yeah, it's a good video.
Yeah.
So that we'll put that up. And the reason, of course, you heard about the studio and all that. Check us out on Patreon. Patreon Day is coming. What are we in, June now?
Yeah, we are. Good God.
We have 4 more months, and then we'll do a drawing if we get to 100. And if we don't get to 100, we're still going to give you guys the option to come out, hang out. We're just not going to pay for one of y'all to do it. So fuck off.
Yeah.
Maybe we could talk Brandon into coming out and cooking for us. Brandon's the fuck stick that's in the live chat, always talking to y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
The
moderator.
pseudo
now.
moderator.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so
Persuado
Moderator.
moderator.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Check us out on all platforms. We're everywhere. We're even on Instagram. We got a Facebook?
Porn tube.
I think
Everywhere.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's Facebook. There's everything. Check us out anywhere you hear
iTunes,
Podcast,
Google Play,
all that
iHeartRadio,
shit.
Spotify.
Whatever the fuck it is.
I be doing
right.
that shit. All that.
Do us a solid, subscribe,
Yeah.
would you? If you haven't yet, please
Comment.
hit the subscribe button. Good God.
We love the comments. Yeah, and hit the subscribe and the bell notification.
Yeah.
You lazy, cheap motherfuckers. It's free. It's not
don't
like they're
cost you
charging you for it.
That's right.
Cheap motherfuckers.
Come on, guys.
Peace, bitches.